Hey everybody, welcome to today's session. In today's session, I'm going to go over a few currency pairs I have on my watch list and see what potential trades we have for this coming week. Now, I'm going to start off with JPYX and then go to DXY. So yeah, then finish off with gold. So if that sounds interesting, stick with us until the end. Don't forget to like this video and share with a few friends. Now, we're going to start off with JPYX, as I said. So to start off, we're going to start off from the weekly perspective and see what's really going on the higher time frames. Now, we can see prices are in a clear downtrend, breaking these lows, meaning it's in a downtrend. So that's given. However, if you look at the current last 2 weeks candles, they show a lack of momentum. The last week was a doji, indicating a lack of momentum. And this week's candle was a bullish candle engulfing the doji, however, showing a strong rejection from the upside. So we can't really conclude that the retracement has begun. And I say retracement because I believe prices, given the momentum they have, will retrace because currently they are sitting on this support structure, as you can see there. You see, it was respected out here, respected there, and now it's being respected there. So that means prices don't really have enough strength to break this. And I do believe prices will retrace at least until this structure here, or it might even retrace deeper to look for more selling strength, right? Now, that's what I'm thinking on top of my head. If we go to the lower time frames, such as the daily, we can see this trend is still kind of bearish. However, after this crazy bullish momentum, we can see there was still rejections from the upside, rejecting prices from going higher. And that's also another thing. We're not going to conclude that prices will be retracing until all the way up here, until a major structure is broken. What major structures am I talking about? Now, we've seen prices up in the downtrend. However, they're on a support structure, so we don't know if prices will be retracing or they will continue with the trend. Now, here's the thing. If for prices to confirm that they are retracing, I want to see these prices close above this structure here or this zone. Now, if prices close above here, I will conclude that structure has been broken and prices are actually retracing, and my next target will be somewhere here. If this is broken, I will be targeting 741, right? That's the first thing. Second thing, if I want to know that prices are continuing with this bearish trend, I want to see prices break below here, at least intermediate. I will know that prices will be selling until at least these lows if they manage to break this structure here. So currently watching them closely to see in which side it will break above. If prices will break below here, then I know prices will most definitely continue here. And if they manage to break below here, then that's most definitely the bearish trend continuing without a doubt, right? However, should prices break above here, then obviously we are looking for a retracement. And this is the bias that I have. I do believe that prices will first retrace before they actually continue. But we can only anticipate the markets, right? So how is this impact going, or how is this bias going to shift and move the markets? Now, this is a trade we took last week. We got stopped at break even before prices pumped all the way to take profit. It happens in the market. First rule, or your primary objective as a trader, is to always protect your capital. So we did what was right. I will do the same 1,000 times over. Now, we were trading, however, the retracement. We weren't trading the major move because the major move is this sell. But I was like, okay, I know prices will be going up until here before they start selling. So let us go up and then we'll go down with it. That's why we took the trade. Now, the major move is coming from here. Obviously, we can see prices has already shifted, breaking these lows, right? So it was in an uptrend. And then after breaking these lows, it has confirmed the bearish trend. So obviously from here, I will be looking for a sell continuation to the downside until prices hit here. All the structures you can see are cleanly on point. Now, if you get entry from a lower time frames in this trade, you can easily book a 1:3, 1:5 easily, right? But for me, I always aim for 1:3. I find it's the best, stress-free, easy targets and high win rates. So I will be looking for a trade Euro JPY. This will be my focused pair for the coming week. We got CAD JPY, same thing, bearish trend. You can see prices already broke these lows. This is the zone I will be looking for prices to retrace to before we take the trade. Prices haven't entered the zone yet, but I am looking for prices to enter here before we actually sell off. And that's my view on CAD JPY. Now let's look at DXY. With DXY, prices are clearly in a bearish trend, breaking lows after lows. Obviously, we can see that. This is the 4-hour, obviously. On the higher time frames, obviously, we can see in it's in an uptrend. Obviously, you can see that. But here, last week, we see prices closed with a doji after hitting this structure. So we might be seeing some kind of retracement going down. Solid pumps on the daily. Okay, this is the 4-hour. Now, when the 4-hour was closing, prices were on this support structure and kind of not very strong, not very strong. So if we go to the 1-hour, I do believe prices will be retracing at least until this structure or this trend line. If prices manage to bounce off it and break this, we will be looking for sells. However, I don't think prices will be able to hold this, or this trend line will be strong enough to break this. So should prices break above, I think prices will be retracing until this gap is filled. And then from there, I think prices will then continue on the downtrend and sell off. So here's the thing. Where will we be looking for trades? We will be looking for trades. If prices bounce off this trend line, we will be looking for trades once prices break this low. And if prices break above here, we might look for an intraday trade to buy until here and then sell once prices reach here. So that's the game plan on DXY. And how will that be impacting the other currency pairs, you say? Now, with Euro USD, we can see prices have already started going in an uptrend, indicating the bears on DXY are actually showing a certain impact on these other currency pairs. You see these lows already taken out, so it's clearly in an uptrend. However, we see that DXY might be experiencing a retracement, and that alone right there indicates that prices might be dumping on Euro USD before we see them take off. However it's gonna happen, we're ready for it because we already have a game plan on DXY. Same thing with GU. We see prices have already started breaking structures, with this current structure being the latest. So same thing, game plan on DXY. If prices do retrace, then we will be looking for a confirmation once it does, and then we'll be buying heavily. Now let's talk about gold. Gold, since I analyzed it about 2 weeks ago, prices have just been ranging, guys. It's mad. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like the way gold is trading right now. I really don't like the way it's going. My bias is that I think it's just consolidating, kind of ranging, waiting for more momentum. Um, I don't like it, so I'm not even gonna bother with it if I'm honest. I like trading clean charts, obviously. I did believe once prices hit 4,000, they will keep on going back up, but the sell pressure was too much. I think the buyers are still on hold. Indecision, indecision, indecision. Um, if we look at it from a higher time frame, daily, you can see that. Weekly, you can see dojis, I think. You see last week prices closed with a doji. So obviously we might see a continuation after this bearish pressure has died off. However, until prices create a solid trend, I wouldn't put my money in it, right? Excuse me. I wouldn't put my money in it unless prices show me a solid trend. Okay, the network is shit.